hear from Kin. We're filming from the rooftop of H2O Lifestyle Resort here in Turks and Caicos under the blue skies. Today's practice is a 25-minute flow, and the focus is going to be on opening and stretching and releasing tension out of our shoulders. We will get into the whole body, but shoulders is the focus. So let's get started. Grounding down through your feet. Feeling the heels and toes, inner outer edges, nice and tall, standing up, shoulders back, arms hang heavy. And we'll energize the palms a bit, turning them open, reaching gently through the fingers, noticing the sensation and quality of your natural breath. Closing your eyes to slowly guide your attention inward. Feel the sensation of the breath, gradually extending the inhale and the exhale, breathing in and out through the nose. Feel how the breath moves through your body. Feel your feet on the ground. Maybe you're noticing the sensations, the sounds around you, taking in the space and place where you are. And then slowly let's begin to semicircle the head, just maintaining this inward focus, this inward attention on the breath and sensation in the body. Semicircling the head, using the weight of the head to guide you side to side. You might be, as you come over to your side, lifting the chin a little to open up the throat. You may come all the way around in full circle if that feels okay. And if you're full circling, you'll go a few times one direction and then a few times the other direction, just to even out the movement. And then head comes back to center. Let's start to circle the shoulders, one back and then the other, and then use the elbow, bending that elbow and reaching it wide and back, drawing these big circles with the elbows. So there's a little bit of twist happening through the torso, and then change direction. We'll bring the arms forward, one and then the other. Just noticing sensation in the body. And then let's circle the shoulders back and down to really open up the chest, the collarbones, reset those shoulders, shake it off. Planting down through the feet, soften through the knees, and we'll begin this twist through the torso. The arms are hanging like rope, and you're looking gently over your shoulder as you twist. Really letting go of any sense of control of the arms, and keeping a soft standing position. So we're gentle through our knees, we're feeling the feet on the ground. And it's just a steady breath in and out through the nose, feeling the gentle edge of your twist in this sequence. And then slowly guide the arms up the body until the hands are slapping or tapping the traps. So we're getting to the shoulders. We're going to release tension out of our shoulders with that vibration of the hand on the shoulder. And then slowly guide the arms down, slow down your momentum until you're just standing, feet planted. Lining up the feet so they're parallel to each other and hip distance apart. Take the arms up, interlace the fingers, biceps to ears, reach up, and then soften the shoulders down the back as you lengthen high. Exhale, bend. Pick a side, left or right. We're going to reach up and over. Maybe take a breath into the side waist and then back to neutral, up and over other side. Feeling the stretch through the side body, lateral flexion for the spine, up to center and over again. Deeper stretch on the second set maybe. Gaze is forward, up and over other side. Or the gaze could be up past the upper arm toward the ceiling or the sky. Back to center, shake out the arms and then bring the hands behind the back, fingers down, palms against the low spine, pulling the arms toward each other, shoulders down your back, lift the chin, lift the heart like a string is lifting the chest up, and as you exhale, use the weight of the head to fall back. So a little back bend here, We're planted through the feet. We're strong through our legs. Inhale, come back to center and bend forward, bending the knees, hands just above the knees. We'll bend our knees 3 or 4 times forward and back, getting into the knee joint, and then circle the knees any direction. We'll do about 3 circles and then go the other way. 3 more circles. Forward and back a little more deeply, maybe squatting low. And then we're coming into a squat position, feet hip distance, toes outward. You can use the hands on the ground here initially, sink the hips, and let's transition the weight from one foot to the other, kind of dropping your knees down one and then the other. We're just finding this little monkey movement to get into the hips, the knees, the ankles. You could stay a while on each side and press into the inner thigh a little bit and open up your hips. And then we'll come into a seated squat position. So the weight shifts into the heels, elbows move to the inner leg, palms together. And then we'll take it into a twist, reaching one arm back. Reach up through the fingers, opening up through that shoulder, and then guide the hand back to the floor, other side. Reach up and back. Opening up through the chest and shoulder. We'll do it one more time. We'll go a little deeper on the second set. The body remembers where to go, so we have this opportunity to go deeper always on a second set. Other side. Good, back to center. Forward fold, soft knees, let the upper body just kind of ragdoll and hang heavy, little side to side sway. Finding a steady breath. Feeling the sensation in the body. We're releasing through hips and low spine with this one, and just letting gravity do its work. On the inhale, hands to shins, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold, sweep your arms back. Interlace the fingers if that's available here. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. As you fold, lift the arms off the back. Send the shoulders down the back away from the ears, and on the inhales, maybe you lift a little. On the exhales, you draw closer toward the legs, crown of head to the floor. Reaching through the finger grip. Sweep the arms forward, press all the way to standing, lift up and back. And on your exhale, bend the knees, bow, reach the arms back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend forward, reach back. So we're coming through a chair pose to lift high. And then bowing, extending arms back on the exhale. And I'm using the momentum of the arms here. You can continue to find controlled movement or momentum, whatever feels good for you. Let the breath guide the movement. Reaching up on your inhale, bowing, releasing on the exhale. Breathing in through the nose, out through nose or mouth. I like a nice ha out of the mouth on the exhale. On the breath out. So it's a sniff in, ha out. This is a nice way to get oxygen really flushing the body. Let's come back to standing, shake out the arms, shake out the legs. And we'll just stand for a moment here. If you can close your eyes, close the eyes. And just like a cup with sand stirred up in it, we're going to imagine our sand is settling and the water is clearing here. And just feel into that sensation of clearing the water, letting the sand settle in your body. Returning to a steady breath in and out through your nose. All right, take a walk to the top of your mat if you're not there already. We're going to bring our feet together and come back into chair pose. So I like to squeeze my legs, my feet together here. If you need a little space, give yourself some space. And then on your inhale, we sweep the arms up, straighten out. And on the exhale, return to chair. On the inhale, the weight is a little more forward in your feet. And as you sit back, the weight shifts into the heels more. Inhale, reach up and wide. Exhale, back to chair pose. Each time you draw back into chair, let's feel a long spine, long tailbone. Feeling this transition of weight in the feet. And then holding chair, little pulses down, building a little more strength in our legs and our core, a little bit of heat. And then hold the chair, find length, find a little bit of softness, and we're going to twist the torso, opposite elbow to thigh. If your elbow doesn't reach your thigh, then use your hand. And then if you're twisting here, we want to try to keep the knees pointing forward as we twist. We might open up the arms wide to take that twist a little deeper. Inhale back to center, lift higher. Exhale, sink deeper, long spine, find your twist. And as we're finding these transitions, these movements, we want to feel into the balance of effort and ease in our bodies. So take your time, moving at your pace. Hold longer if you need to. You can always join me wherever I am later in the practice. We'll come back to center, standing tall, and then come back into your chair pose, arms high. Exhale, hands to the floor and fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant the hands and step your right foot back. Coming into a lunge and then dropping the back knee, top of the foot on the ground. Find stability here, lifting up. We're going to really scissor the thighs in toward each other and plant through our feet, strong through the belly, navel to spine. Inhale, lift the arms up. We can interlace the fingers or keep a space between the hands, reach up and back, lift the heart, strong and stable in your foundation. And then hands to the floor, lean back, straighten the front leg or work towards straightening, forehead toward knee. You might be able to pick up the toes here and reach through your heel like I'm doing. Breathe. We'll come back into our lunge, pick up the left foot and open it to the left edge of your mat. We're going to find a lizard lunge twist. So we're spinning the torso. We might take the left arm up, back, and around. And we could maybe do a few circles here if that feels okay. Just tuning into the mobility in your shoulder. Slow, steady movement. Simultaneously opening and stretching our hip. And then we'll come down into this lizard lunge. If you can go a little deeper, you're going to move from your hands to your forearms and let the left knee drop open, rolling to the outer edge of the left foot. Or maybe it feels better just to stay solid on the foot here. Now lift to the hands. We'll stretch out through the front leg, bow forehead toward knee or shin. And then come back into your lunge for a lunge twist. Reach back through the heel, long spine, left arm reaches high. Reaching up, maybe back. Reaching, and then hands to the floor. We're gonna cartwheel open to a warrior two. Sink, inhale, straighten. And then we'll transition to face the other side of our yoga mat. So right toes point out, the back foot parallels to the edge of your mat. And then cartwheel the hands down to your lunge. And we'll continue this sequence now on the other leg. So we're grounding the back knee, the left knee now. Find your stability, lift up. Scissor thighs in toward each other, plant the feet, navel to spine, long spine. Take the arms up. Palms might come together, reach up, maybe back, if that feels okay, opening the heart. And on your exhale, we bring the hands to the floor. We lean back, we send the hips back, bow forehead toward the front leg. Work towards straightening that front leg, maybe picking up your toes. Breathe. Hands for support on the floor, nice and wide. Using your breath. The inhale creates space. The exhale allows for some surrender. We'll come into lizard lunge twist. So the left wrist wants to be under the left shoulder for support. Right hand against the inner thigh. We're rolling to the outer edge of that foot and spinning the torso. Maybe looking over your shoulder. You might take that right arm up to the sky. If it feels okay, we're going to circle that arm around. Opening up the shoulder, feeling into your own mobility here. Steady breath. Back to your lizard lunge. I've added in a little stretch here. My hips kind of needed it, so you can too. So we straighten out the legs, bow forehead to near shin. And then come back into lizard lunge. You can stay on the hands or come down to the forearms, whatever feels good. And we might play with letting the right knee drop open, rolling on the outer edge of the foot. Or you could come back with just a solid foot on the ground, whatever feels good for you. Take a few breaths wherever you are. Noticing the difference maybe from one side to the other. And then we'll straighten up the back leg, lift the hips, and then bow your forehead toward the front shin. Come back to lunge, coming into lunge twist. Left wrist under shoulder, right arm high. Spin the torso, reach through the fingers, reach through crown of head through your heel. Breathe. Good. Grounding down and cartwheeling up, warrior two, bend, and straighten. Transition back to the other side. Left toes point forward, back into warrior two, knee stacks over ankle, shoulders stack over your hips. Arms parallel the ground, palms face the floor, and we soften the shoulders. So we'll notice when the shoulders want to reach for our ears, we want to drop them down. Peaceful warrior, right hand to the back leg, left arm reaches up and back. Back to neutral, and then forearm to the front thigh. Right arm overhead, reach through the fingers, feel that lateral stretch again. And then we'll circle that arm down to the mat, back behind us and high. We'll do 3 circles for mobility, noticing the shoulder. Strong through your core here to help with that movement. Changing direction, 3 more circles. Noticing sensation in the body, come all the way back up. And transition to your warrior two other side. So right toes point to the back edge of the mat now. We're in our warrior two other side. And we'll come all the way back, peaceful warrior. Left hand to back leg, right arm is up and back. Maybe sinking deeper. Breathe, feeling into that stretch. Back to neutral, and then forearm to the right thigh, left arm overhead. When you're ready, add in those circles, circling the arm around, 3 circles, one direction. And then we'll go the other way to even out the movement. Steady breath. Rising up. Transition back to the front of the mat, come into your lunge, step back to down dog. Let's feel this inverted V shape in our bodies. Both knees can bend, heels can be lifted, and we can focus on stretching through the spine and shoulders, and then begin pedaling heels left and right, maybe letting the hips shift a little left and right. Find your stretch, find your breath, fingers planted, and then forward to your plank. You can modify to the knees as you lower through chaturanga. Exhale. From here, take the hands wider than your mat and press up to seal pose, modified cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower the forehead down to the floor. Inhale, peel the chest up off the ground, maybe lifting the chin. And then we'll begin to circle the upper body like you're drawing circles with the crown of your head. Exhale to lower, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower, inhale to lift. And you'll change direction to even out the circling, even out the movement. And then back to a neutral position, lifting the head, lifting the chin. Exhale, lowering back down, one hand on the other, forehead on your hands, picking up the feet, letting them tick-tock side to side. Deep and steady breathing in and out through the nose, softening the space of the low back and hips. Legs down. We're going to open up through the pectorals and shoulders more here, taking your arms nice and wide, resting on the right ear, and then roll over to the right side body. Right arm is on the ground, perpendicular to the body. Feel the stretch in the right pectorals. Picking up the top leg, bend the knee and plant the foot behind you, lifting through the knee. We can keep the arm on the floor in front of you, or we might lift that arm up to the sky, left arm high. You could even take the left arm and wrap it behind the back, hand to the low spine, pulling both shoulders back and down. If you want to go deeper in this stretch, you're reaching for the foot. So it's left hand reaching for left ankle, kicking into the hand, sending hips and heart forward as you kick back. Feeling into the stretch here through the chest, the belly, the hips, the quads. Feeling the opening in the shoulders. And then slowly release. Use the left hand to guide the body down. Roll over the forehead to the other side. Arms are wide. We're rolling over to the left side body, picking up the top leg, reaching for the floor behind you. Keep lifting through the knee, lowering through the foot. We can keep that hand on the floor in front of us or take the right arm high. If it feels like too much on the arm that's on the floor, rather than having it perpendicular to the body, we could bring that arm that's on the ground, that's the left arm, a little closer to the body. You might notice a difference from one shoulder to the other, so just modify as you need to. The top arm might be behind the back, or you could take it all the way, reach for your foot, your ankle, kick into your hand. As you kick, feel the resistance. Press the heart, press the hips forward as you kick back. Pull the shoulder blades together and down the back. Release into the stretch as much as you can. Breathe. And gently let it go. Return to the belly on the ground with control. Bring one hand on top of the other and rest your forehead back on your hands, picking up the feet, letting them tick-tock side to side. Noticing sensation in the shoulders. Let's take the hands either side of the ribs and press up to your knees. Sink back into child's pose, forehead to the floor. Arms either extend forward, or we might wrap the arms around the body, resting on the forehead, rolling side to side, or you might like to rest on one side of the head or the other. Find a comfortable position to just release into surrendering the spine, the hips. We can add a shoulder stretch, extending the arms back, interlacing the fingers, and then lifting the arms up off the body, shoulders pull down the back. Feel into the sensation, find a little free movement for your arms up or down. And then extend the arms forward and plant through the fingertips, lifting through the hands, lifting through the wrists. We're going to walk those fingertips off the mat to the right or left side, just as far as you go, and then bow there. Feel into the stretch through the side body. Breathe. Walking the fingers back to center and over to the other side. And breathe. Let's come back to center, tabletop. Maybe resetting the knees, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Take the right arm high, and then we're going to thread the needle. Right hand comes between the hole, between the left hand and knee. We ground through the shoulder, through the side of the head. We can stay here, or we can float the left arm up. We might wrap that arm behind the back, or you could extend that arm up to the top edge of your mat, if that feels good. I like to walk my fingers over to the opposite corner of the mat and really feel the stretch between the shoulder blades. Breathe wherever you are. And then return left hand just in front of the face. Let's press back up to tabletop. Maybe lift that right arm high. And then thread the needle other side. Left arm high. Threading it through, grounding the left shoulder, left side of the head. Hips want to be on the knees here if you can get them there. And right arm high if we want to go there. We could also keep the right hand on the ground in front of us. You might like to wrap that arm behind the back or extend it to the top edge of your mat, even walking the fingers over to the left corner of the upper mat. Steady breathing, feeling into the stretch here for the shoulder blades. Sliding the right hand to the floor in front of the eye gaze. Take the left arm high and then both hands on the mat. On your exhale, hollow the belly around the spine. On the inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Little cat-cow movements now, following the rhythm of the breath. Opening up through the spine, through the chest, through the belly. Stretching out the front line and the back line of the body. And then sinking back to child's pose. On the exhale, inhale, crawl forward to your tabletop. We're just going to move or undulate the spine in a cat-cow way with a little more movement forward and back. Hollowing, rounding, sinking back, dropping the belly, lifting the heart as you come forward. And then back to tabletop, let the hips dip side to side, looking over the opposite shoulder as the hips fall. Opening up through the outer hips a little bit. Sink back into a comfortable seat now. So cross-legged or Japanese style, sitting on the heels, whatever's comfortable. We'll open up our shoulders, get ready for this little breath with the hands. So we're sweeping the arms up and around. On the inhale, you'll interlace the fingers, reach forward and high, send the palms to the sky and down. Soft elbows. Inhale, reach up. Press away. Exhale, wide and down. So just a few times here, just opening up this space that we've been working today, our shoulders. And then we'll finish with a little twist here. So pick a knee, opposite hand to knee, find your twist. Use the hand behind you like a kickstand for your spine. Back to center, over to the other side, and just keep a steady breath here. Lots of length in the spine. Back to center. Closing your eyes. On the inhale, feeling space and length in the body. On your exhale, grounding down. Thank you so much for joining practice today. Have a great day.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for being here. If you're enjoying what we're sharing, please give us a like, and you can also subscribe to this channel below. And if you want to follow us along on this journey, you can find us at kin.co or on Instagram at kinsight.